Good morning, Happy Valley, and welcome back to another edition, geez, early morning today for me, edition of the Good Morning Happy Valley podcast on the Happy Valley Insider website, happyvalleyinsider.com, aka pennstate.rivals.com. And the Big Ten schedule just got released for 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, and 2028.
Great timing.
Yeah, I'm just going to say big mistake there because that conference realignment stuff is not going to stop. And it's going to get scrapped again, and all this work for nothing, it seems like. But we do have the schedule out for the Big Ten home and away games for Penn State over the next couple of years. And we kind of have Penn State's entire schedule for the most part. Not dates, technically, but we do have their schedule for out-of-conference stuff. Looking at the out-of-conference things, I don't see any of them being the whiteout. So I'm just going to go with it one year by year, and you're going to pick the whiteout game. So let's just start with it. 2024, West Virginia, Bowling Green, Kent State. Safe assumption, no, and look at that, no.
Oh no, man, Bowling Green. They just beat Georgia Tech.
They did, and they did take Michigan to what was it, 7-10 at half?
Yeah,
something like that, 7-14. I forget what it was, but yeah, maybe the Falcons are the whiteout, but probably not.
Probably not.
So among those 5 Big Ten home games for Penn State in 2024, who are we looking at out of Illinois, Maryland, Ohio State, UCLA, and Washington? I know I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm bringing up the list here just because I'm going to forget it. So give me 1 second here. 2024. All right. So Illinois, Maryland, Ohio State, UCLA, Washington.
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one because Ohio State, you see Ohio State on the schedule as a home game. You got to think that is the whiteout.
Ideal.
But it's Fox. It's big noon Saturdays. Gonna have to go that this one being a noon kick. So let's go Washington. Oh man, this is tough because I don't know. Yeah, give me Washington. Let's go Washington.
Okay.
I think that screams like an NBC 7:30 kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you do it at night. Number one, number two, I just don't know how good Washington's going to be next year without Michael Penix. That's the big question mark.
Yeah,
if you get them early enough, I guess they're still ranked probably, and it's like,
Yeah, that's the hard part. Depending on how it breaks out, I'd say Washington or Ohio State, but give me Washington just because. New blood for the whiteout.
That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting one. Purple clashing off that all whiteout too would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
so
it would be very cool.
Next year we're looking at Nevada, Villanova. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No chance.
Home games are tough. I feel like there's only really one option here, and it's between Indiana, Nebraska, Northwestern, and Oregon. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but there's one that screams whiteout compared to the others.
Yeah, it has to be Oregon. I can't see them unless Nebraska suddenly turns it around very fast under Matt Rule. I can't see it being them. Indiana won't be good. Northwestern won't be good. It has to be Oregon. That's an easy one.
That's a simple one. But then we go to 2026. Marshall, Temple's away, so don't even count that one. Or San Jose State. I don't know, man. San Jose State, you never know.
The Spartans, man. Gotta watch them.
You never know. 2026 schedule for Big Ten is Minnesota, Purdue, Rutgers, USC, and Wisconsin. So, again, not a great one.
No, I think it comes down to if the schedule breaks right, USC or Wisconsin here. But I think you have to welcome the Trojans into Happy Valley with a night kick there in a whiteout.
Yeah, that would probably make the most sense just looking at it. Moving on to 2027, Syracuse, Delaware, Temple. I guess you can make an argument for one, but no.
Yeah, I would not. Unless Syracuse is a top 15 team in the country suddenly in a couple of years, I don't think it'll be any of those.
That's true. Which I again, no, they're having a good year. You know what? I'm going to take it back. They're having a decent year.
They had a good year last year, too, and then they fell on their face. So
yeah, that's
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens the next few weeks.
The fact that game's on September 4th kind of tells me, though, it's most likely not happening. So we'll just move on. Yeah, move on to the Big Ten schedule. It's Maryland, Michigan State, and Washington at home. That's a tough one. You know what? That's a tough one.
It's a tough one, but give me the Wolverines and that one to be the whiteout. Washington got, by our guesses, Washington could be the whiteout in 2024. Mm-hmm. Michigan, it'll be their first trip to Happy Valley since last year. No, since this year, 2023.
Yeah, this year. Duh.
So it'll be a 4 or 5 year gap in between. So give me Michigan coming back to Happy Valley in the whiteout.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And then capping it off with 2028. So far, there's only 2 games on the schedule, and it's Ball State and Syracuse. Is this updated? I don't know if this is updated. I think it's updated. Ball State is the home one. Syracuse is away.
That's right.
I just don't see Ball State happening. So then we'll go to the Big Ten schedule. It's Indiana, Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon, UCLA. It's probably the toughest one out of the whole group.
This is their best home schedule of the new schedules. I mean, there are 4 legitimate, really good teams there. Iowa, will Kirk Ferentz still be coaching at Iowa? I have to assume not. Ohio State, what would the Buckeyes be like in 5 years from now? Oregon and UCLA. Give me Oregon.
It's a tough one.
Actually, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about 2024. What happens with Ohio State and Washington? Which one is the big noon kickoff? Give me. I just don't see I don't see Oregon getting a big noon kickoff. I think they'll try to avoid those games for noon kicks. Just maximize viewership on the West Coast. So I can see Oregon being a 3:30 or night kick. Ohio State, big noon kickoffs seem very much a lock for that. So I'll lean Oregon because if you get them late in the season, you could still do kind of a night kickoff type thing.
All right, so just to go through it one more time, 2024 we had Washington, I believe.
Yep.
Or do we have Ohio State? Yeah, Washington. So Washington 2024, 2025 was Oregon, 2026 was USC. Did we say USC?
Yeah. Yes.
2027 was Michigan, and 2028 we're capping it off with Oregon.
Yes, correct.
All right. Well, there's your 5 potential whiteout games.
And I guess we should briefly mention the away games for these. These 5. And I can go through them. You've been talking a ton lately. 2024. You're good. No, you're good. 2024, Nittany Lions at the Minnesota Purdue. A trip to USC, so save your money, everybody, for a trip to Los Angeles. Perhaps it'll be Penn State's second trip in less than a year, perhaps their third in 2 years. If the Rose Bowl is a college football playoff semifinal this year.
You did there.
Perhaps that will be so. But obviously USC is the headliner of maybe the schedule as a whole next year. But big away game there with Minnesota, Purdue, and Wisconsin. 2025, 5 away games: Iowa, Michigan State, Ohio State, Rutgers, UCLA. So back-to-back trips to Los Angeles, back-to-back years. 2026, Maryland, Michigan, Northwestern, and Washington, which is a pretty nice away schedule for Penn State there. 2027, Illinois, Indiana, Oregon, Purdue, Wisconsin. And then 2027, Michigan State, Nebraska, Rutgers, and USC. So, I mean, you're going to West Coast at least once per year, but overall, there's not an overly tough away schedule outside 2025 where you are going to have to face Iowa, Ohio State, UCLA, and whatever Michigan State chooses to be come 2025.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting schedule, but yeah, so we got our whiteout games, and we'll see where that goes. You guys have any other different predictions? Submit them below. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are, especially on next year's whiteout, because I think Maryland's good, Ohio State's good, UCLA's pretty decent, Washington's a top what, 10? Yeah, I think they're definitely top 10 right now. So that's going to be interesting and one to watch. So I'm curious what that's going to look like for next year, but the years going forward, it's honestly a true guessing game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if these change again. Like you said, there's a good chance they probably do by the time, 2025, 2026, 27, 28 roll around, but we'll see.
Have more on that on the website, so check us out at pennstate.rivals.com, happyvalleyinsider.com. If you're on social media, give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, hell, TikTok, at Penn State Rivals. Other than that, also give us a subscribe button down below. It's free. It's on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube. Just hit the button down below and give us a rate and a follow. on here as well. It definitely helps us promote this and get more Penn State content out there. So for me and Dylan, that's another episode of the Good Morning Happy Valley podcast. Signing off.